Hello and welcome. Tyrock, how are you doing? Thanks for coming by. If you don't know me, I am Mercy from HereThereBeMonsters, or rather, I'm Mercy, the head game master here at HereThereBeMonsters. Sorry, wrong intro. And we're back with another Working Wednesday stream. The goal is to put 30 minutes on the clock, stay focused on our tasks, take a 5-minute break, put another 30 minutes on the clock, and then get out of here. Obviously, sometimes we stay a little bit longer, depending on, if we're getting good work done or whatnot. But broadly speaking, that's the goal. I would invite you to join me. Of course, if you have any TTRPG stuff that you need to work on, or even if you just need to do something like clean a room or whatever. I'll be here for the next, hour or so, and I hope that your time is as productive as I hope mine is. Aha, that's you, Chris. Hello, hello. Isadora, hello. How are you? I'm glad it sounded like you guys had a great session last week. Speaking of sessions, actually, so news. We have 3 sessions in the next week and a half here. We have Kingdom session on Saturday. These are all Twitch streams, but they will go up on YouTube eventually as well. So we have Kingdom of Rin on Saturday, the, what is that, 19th? Yeah, Kingdom of Rin on Saturday the 19th. Then our second campaign, Rin Chronicles, on Monday the 21st. And then Kingdom of Rin again on Saturday the 26th. So we've got a lot packed in to a relatively short time frame here. I will be here working today, obviously, and next Wednesday the 23rd to make sure that we stay up on everything with all those sessions happening in such a short amount of time. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. I'm in good spirits. I was not as productive this morning as I would have liked to have been. But I appreciate you asking, and just generally trying to be kind to myself about it. I did still get some stuff done, just not as much as I was hoping for. Started working today full. Hey, congrats! That's freaking awesome. Let's go. Dude, I'm really happy for you.
YouTube stream is now live.
Thank you, Lumia. Nailed it. So my to-do list for today, I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting, which is part of the reason why I put bonus task, because I'm pretty sure last week when we were kind of talking through what I had to do this week before session, I'm pretty sure there was something else. Pretty sure there were 3 things. But the first thing, the spell components, that's been on our to-do list for, this will be our 3rd session, so 3rd time's the charm, right? We're going to start with that today and actually get that done. We're going to homebrew a little system for finding spell components, essentially. We have a wizard in our party in the Kingdom of Rin campaign, and I thought he would think that a little mini game for that kind of thing would be fun. After that, we have some random encounter rolling to do, and then hopefully somewhere along the line, we remember what the other thing was. I do roll my random encounters ahead of time. In a table game, I actually kind of like doing that sort of thing in the moment. But for the purposes of doing a live on-stream campaign, there's already enough else going on, so we want to, in the interest of not getting bogged down any further, I like to pre-roll my random encounters. You were anti-productive this morning. You created work for later. Dope! Well, I'm wishing everybody a good day, or if it started not so good, a better afternoon at least. And of course, if you want to chat, I'm happy to chat while I work. If you're just wanting to mostly body double with me and listen in, then thank you for being here and good luck on your own projects. We did get a lot done last session. I remember we had a little bit of a detour into a secondary task that I'm glad got done. It was just not something that was planned last time, so it took a little longer than expected. Spell components. I had one note saved for this. I found a post from the D&D 3.5 subreddit about material spell components, and this is talking, I think, more about the lists of actual things. But this person says, so there are optional spell components listed in the Book of Exalted Deeds, the Book of Vile Darkness, Complete Mage, Complete Champion, and the Eberron campaign setting. Now, I have at least 3 of the 4 of those. I don't remember for sure if I have the Eberron campaign setting or not. Unearthed Arcana had the variant rule to add meta magic effects via spell components, which is an interesting idea, and then some Pathfinder 1 stuff. So I'm going to grab some of those books and see if that inspires us at all. You'll be listening and we'll try to figure out what you're going to do for your next session. You have some vague ideas. All right. Well, yeah, good luck with that. If you're having any thoughts or and you want to bounce them off of us, please feel free to share in chat, hey, what do you guys think of this or whatever. I love workshopping that sort of thing as well. There's Unearthed Arcana. Okay, then what else? Exalted and Vile, Complete Mage, Complete Champ. Man, there was a lot. Okay, sorry, I have 4 of the 5, I think. 5 of the 6? I don't know, whatever. However we want to break this down. Honestly, it's not too bad. You started clipping a bushback this morning, forgot your bin wasn't picked up and was still full, so... well, that could be worse. You did at least do a thing. It's just that the cleanup can't happen yet. And yes, I have 5 of the 6 books. I do not have the Eberron campaign setting. I was never particularly interested in Eberron. I do have the Magic of Eberron, I think it is, book, but not the campaign setting. So... what's up, Ugris? We've got the Book of Vile Darkness on page 45. Well, there's poisons, which would have been relevant last time. Material components. Certain components are required for the casting of evil spells. If a particular component is not mentioned on this table, its price is negligible, and the component is a part of the caster's component pouch. For an extra 10 gold, any material component can be magically preserved, slowing normal decay and decomposition for 24 hours. Oh, okay, I see. That's cool. Not what we wanted. Optional components. Some evil spell components are optional and not mentioned along with the other components in the spell's descriptive text. These components sometimes increase the potency of an evil spell. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that's neat flavor if you're doing that sort of thing, but that doesn't really help with what we want to do here today. I'm going to toss that one aside. I'm assuming the Book of Exalted Deeds will be, just the reverse of that. Up. Giant toes. I'm not sure I'm following. What about giant toes? All right, Book of Exalted Deeds, 37. Optional material components. An Angel's Radiance. Celestial Blood. Phoenix Feathers. Okay, so yeah, it's those are just the inverse of each other, which makes sense. You have the bad one and the good one. All right, Complete Champion is an odd book to have spell components in. Complete Champion is generally kind of like paladin-y type stuff. Well, I mean, I guess paladins do have magic. Complete Champion 131. Our components. Holy relics, blessed artifacts, and weapons of righteous wrath regularly seem to find their way into the hands of divine characters in search of glory. Every item described in this chapter has a particular divine flavor, but many work just as well, if not better, when wielded by characters with no goodly connections. Power components. By taking advantage of the symbolic links between deities and the mortal realm, a divine caster can use specific components to enhance the power of her spells. These components can be used even with spells that do not normally have material components, but they do not replace the material components that a spell might normally require. Like other material components, they disappear when used to cast a spell. Okay, so this is the same thing. This is just a list of components. Some cool ones. Holy symbols, etc. Okay. Again, not directly useful. Components and EQ. Speaking of which, have you seen the news about Quorum? All right, Complete Mage. This one I have high hopes for. Complete Mage, 135. Seems like a good book to have things about spell components, doesn't it? 135. Optional material components. Okay, this is just another list of additional spell components, which again are cool. Like Fairy Dust. When used in any transmutation spell, Fairy Dust doubles the duration of the spell as if affected by the extend spell feat. Cool. I like that. It's tough because we're a lower... So I think I want something more generic than this. These are all very specific. But because our campaign setting is more Lord of the Rings like, there aren't just fairies and dragons and demons and devils and angels and whatnot scattering the land like they might be in a normal D&D setting. So we're down to our last one on Ars Arcana. Let's see what we got. You have not. Quorum is confirmed to be coming back. We don't have a timeline on exactly when yet, but probably in the next 1 to 3 weeks. Interesting. Okay. Well, we learned some interesting things about our version of D&D, but not anything that's really directly helpful to what we're trying to accomplish today. That's okay. Maybe that knowledge will be useful later. So I think really we just want to use like craft then. They did, yes, they did. I'm excited for them. There are some concessions in the deal for sure, but overall I'm excited for them. Okay, so to determine how much time and money it takes to make an item, follow these steps. Find the item's price and put the price in silver pieces. 1 gold equals 10 silver, etc. So let's get items. No, not item. What's it actually called? Goods and services. There we go. Also, if you're hanging out, wow, I just combined like 3 words into 1 syllable. If you are here hanging out and you are enjoying the show, I would super appreciate it if you consider putting a thumbs up on the live stream. It's an easy, free way to help us out and tell YouTube that you like what we're doing and that they should show it to more people. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of set it up like we're crafting a component pouch. I think makes the most sense to me. So spell component pouch costs 5 gold. Now the question is, how many spells did I tell them were going to be contained in a spell component pouch? I feel like 20. That's the number that like pops out at me. But let's try and actually find that. Players, Kingdom. Essentially no more custom stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit more nuance to it than that, but in broad strokes. Yeah, I did not post it in the group chat, so it's got to be in my individual chat with Mendez then. Ouch. Maybe I didn't use the word pouch. Component. Yeah, for sure, Tim. There's been some that's been good. There's been some that's been less good. Didn't like what, Ugris? I'm having trouble finding. What I want here. I vaguely remember that when I announced it, at least initially, that Mendez was not super pleased with it. Because he thought that I was more trying to limit him, I think, than anything else. It was not my intent. Custom items. I don't know if they ever really did any custom items. Getting paged for a work issue. Oh, well, yeah, I hope everything's okay. Thanks for listening in. Good luck. Well, I can't find it, so I'm going to make a new ruling. I'm pretty sure it was 20. That would come out to, what, at 5 gold each? Then that's 1 gold per 5 spells. Or 2 silver per spell. We're going to work off of that. D&D. No, not homebrew spells. World building? Pinkasite? Well, that's not really a custom item, though. That's literally an item that already existed in the game. They just changed the color of it. All right. This is going to be called, Gathering spell components. Services. What do we actually call it? What is the official name? Spell component pouch. Okay. Make that a link to the SRD page. Is enough components for 20 spells. Ergo. Equals 2 silver. All right. We'll work from there. Oh, God. It's already been 25 minutes. Not that I've been doing this the whole time, but determine how much time and money it takes to make an item. Follow these steps. Find the item's price, put the item's price in silver pieces. Find the DC from the table below. Pay one. Now we're not going to pay anything. Make an appropriate craft check representing 1 week's work. If the check succeeds, you multiply your check result by the DC. If the result times the DC equals the price of the item in silver, then... Oh, that's right. Okay. This part always makes my eyes glaze over. So looking... we want to simplify it, right, for homebrew here. So looking at the table, how difficult, like what are the DCs of things to craft? Like a typical item such as an iron pot is a DC 10. Something slightly more difficult like a longbow or a short bow or a simple melee weapon is a 12. And something more complicated like a composite longbow is a DC 15. So Right, Tim? There's a part of me, hey T-Bomb, how are you doing? There's a part of me that wants to just set a DC for this and be done with it. And there's a part of me that wants it to be somewhat variable, right? Like some terrain would be better for finding spell components. Certain components would be easier or hard. No, because we're trying to generalize this. Single DC. So I think based off of what they have here, a 15 it would be too hard. Just glad durability isn't a thing, right? So 15 would be too hard. I think finding spell components is probably not as hard as making a complex weapon like a martial weapon or a composite longbow. But it's definitely harder than a 10. It's harder than making an iron pot. It's going to be somewhere in the 11 to 14 range. Most often, other than the 5s, you see DCs set to even numbers. So probably 12 or 14. I'm going to go with 14, I think. I feel like it's a little bit harder than making a longbow or a simple weapon, but it's easier than making a masterwork weapon. We're going to say DC 14. Now the question is with what skill? Right, Tim? I guess we could do different DCs based on what skill you are using. Maybe that's where different DCs come in. Do it kind of like our skill challenges. Oh my god, it's totally a skill challenge. Yeah. I'm glad I just thought of that. Appraise, no. Balance, no. Bluff, no. Climb, probably not. Concentration, no. Craft, no, not directly. Decipher script, no. Diplomacy, no. Disable device, no. Disguise, no. Escape artist, no. Forgery, no. Gather information. You could argue gather information. I mean, obviously situational. You can't gather information out in the woods. But if you're in a town, you could. Where do I go find, toadstools or whatever? Handle animal, no. Heal, no. Although, let's look at the description of heal. Nah, that really is just about treatment. Provide aid, treat poison, etc., etc. Okay, not heal. Trees talk. Not hide, not intimidate. Well, I guess you could intimidate. That would be like the worst version of gather info, probably. Gather info. Intimidate. Jump, probably not. Knowledge. Almost certainly yes. Geography. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's get a list of the knowledge skills because there's several of them. Knowledge Arcana. See, now that's, I think yes, but specifically Knowledge Arcana is things like dragons, magical beasts, constructs. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, but ancient mysteries and magic traditions. Okay, yeah. So I feel like Knowledge Arcana makes it made sense to me anyway. Knowledge Arcana. Yeah, we'll just try and get these DCs set really quickly, and then we'll go to break. Knowledge Arcana, yes. Architecture and engineering, probably not. Dungeoneering. What's that, T-Bomb? Dungeoneering? I suppose so. Sorry for the unrelated chat. Unless there was another message from you. The only thing that I saw was oi and then sunglasses. It's fine. Knowledge geography, I think, makes a lot of sense. And so does knowledge local, knowledge nature. Okay, so knowledge is just huge here. Which I suppose makes sense. Arcana. Engineering. Geography. Local. Nature. Yeah, those all make sense. Then, oh. Weird. That did not come through for me. I'm not even on top chat. Oh, yikes. Do you know what part of Alaska? I might need to check in with Tom. Okay. So knowledge is listen, no, move silently, no, open lock, no, perform, no, profession. I mean, I suppose like something like profession, alchemy, or whatever, or craft. I think alchemy's craft. Craft / profession, alchemy. Oh, interesting. Does YouTube actually censor that? What about the search skill? Search kind of feels like yes, but also I think searching is about getting really minute, right? It's like I searched through this box of papers. Interesting, T-Bomb. Okay. What are the examples for search DCs? Ransack a chest, notice a secret door, find a difficult trap, notice well-hidden secret doors, find footprints. I guess search would be like one of our less favorable skills. Okay. Sense motive, no. Sleight of hand, no. Spellcraft. Again, that one's tough because spellcraft, although it sound at face value, would the skill of spellcrafting help you find the material components for spellcasting? That sounds like an obvious yes, but that's not really what the spellcraft skill is. You can identify spells and magical effects. I mean, I guess, and identify the components for, that's not that big of an extension. Hey, Shalendor, good to see you. Yeah, I think I'll allow spellcraft. I'll put it in the medium tier. Now survival would be the actual skill that theoretically we should be using for this. So for yeah, this works well. So this is going to be DC 14 using these skills. No, DC 12, sorry. Easier. DC 12 with these skills, which are the knowledges, craft and profession, and survival. Those would be the best skills. Then DC 14, it was going to be our gather information, our intimidate, and our spellcraft. And then DC 15 is going to be our spot and our search. I'm setting it up like a skill challenge, Looney. Kind of like how we did there, where it was like we wanted like an array of things that might potentially work. And then that way other people could help too. It's not only the wizard, right? The wizard can be like, hey, I'm looking for this, this, and this. And then the ranger can be like, oh yeah, I have knowledge geography. Like I know the local area or whatever. So then they could go and help. Okay, well, that took a little longer to get to that point than I wanted, but I think we are almost done. That being said, we are 37, holy crap, minutes in already. So let's go ahead and take that break, and then I'll get back to it. We'll finish the spell components and random encounters for sure. We'll see if we get to a bonus task or not. If you haven't been up off your booty in a little while, now's a great time to get up and move around. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break to stretch my legs and do a Pokemon Go battle. I'll let you know how that goes when I get back. So I would invite you to, like I said, get up, move around yourself, refill your water, because you and I both know you haven't drunk enough today. And look at something at least 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. It's good for your eyes. Also, reminder again, if you're having fun working alongside me or chatting with me or anything like that, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Five minutes on the clock. Bam. All right. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. Oh, the earthquake info. 2 hours from the tsunami advisory. 100 miles. Holy. All right, before I put the 30 back on the clock, I'm going to do something really quickly, which usually I try not to do while we're streaming, but I'm going to, wait, hold on. Before that, we win! Barely. It was down to the very last attack, but we did it. I'm going to intentionally, for lack of a better word, distract myself really fast with one of our other social media accounts because I glanced on my phone and it looked like there might be somebody being toxic in the couple of packs comments, and it would be easier for me to process that well, I have folks to chat with so that I don't internalize it if I need to talk it out. Okay. Now that I look at it a little bit more than the preview, it looks like it's more some aggressive feedback than somebody necessarily being actively toxic. Okay. That I can deal with. And I'm not going to stop and deal with it right now. I just wanted to look at it really quickly in case it was something that like actually made me mad. That way I didn't over internalize the anger or frustration. Generally, I don't too often get affected by the stuff that people say on social media, but you never know. Every once in a while, somebody pushes the button just right. But no, that's just like I said, some toxic some aggressive feedback. That's not a big deal. You remember your gnome illusionist constantly looking for spiders for his spider class? Oh, love it. Yeah. Yeah, and I thought about it. I don't think I want to get that specific, especially for a live stream show. Trying to make them find like the specific spell components. Like I personally like the flavor of that, but I don't know that it necessarily makes great TV. Right, Tim? All right, we've got 30 more minutes on the clock here. Let's look again at this this dang formula and see if I can stay awake while I read it. So make the skill check. If the check succeeds, then you multiply what you rolled by the DC. If that result equals the price of the item, then you have made the item. Okay. I'm paraphrasing a bit. That's the short version. Then you can also do progress by the day. You can make checks by the day instead of by the week. In this case, your progress is in copper pieces instead of silver pieces. So you would need to get 20 copper pieces to get one spell's worth of components. It's not that much. Essentially, you just need to succeed. Right? Because if it's a DC, let's say 12, right? Then if you succeed, then you would make 12 times 12 copper pieces of progress. Let's just say that you meet the DC. 12 times 12 is what, 144? Yes. So then you would divide that by 10. And that would be 14. That would be 14 silver. So that would be 7 spells worth of components that you would find on that check. Oh god, is it too easy? Oh, that's right, because there's this weird thing with crafting where, in a way, having a higher DC is better since you multiply by the DC. So do we need to make our DCs lower? Or should we just not be using craft at all? Oh, God. Craft is just so foobar. How does the math work out if we do something like make the DC like 6? Then if you rolled a natural 20, you would find 6 spells worth. If you rolled a 6, you'd find 1.5 spells worth. This is also for a day's worth of work, so that's worth considering as well. It's for 8 hours of work. I made you get up and move around. Awesome. And now you did something productive. You bought T-bones yesterday. You bagged them on the break and threw them in the freezer. Nice. Except for the one that's going to disappear tonight. So the average roll on a D20 is an 11. And if we assume that you have a +3 in your corresponding skill, that would give you a result of a 14. So if the DC is only, let's say, 6... Well, what's 6 times 14? It's still a lot, right? It's almost 90. 84, if I'm doing that math right. Well, but it's not actually the 10.5, I'm pretty sure. I think the D20 is the one that's weird. I think all of the others, it's half the faces plus 0.5. But I think the D20, because of the way the math works out, it comes out to 11. For a D4, it's 2.5. For a D6, it's 3.5, etc., etc. Yeah, so if our average result is approximately 14, and we have a DC of 6, then, like I said, even so, you're getting like 84 if I did the math right. Copper worth of progress, which would still be 4 spells. But that would be 4 spells in 8 hours. Means an average of a half of a spell per hour. I mean, I feel like if you spent 8 hours searching just to find like the, whatever, say mushrooms that you need to cast 4 spells, doesn't seem crazy high to me. And especially because you'd probably only been doing it realistically in like 1 to 4 hour chunks. So if you did a 4 hour chunk, then that would be only 2 spells. worth of like components. Like the math gets bad pretty quickly. I think we want to homebrew this further instead of just basing it on craft. Craft was still a decent place to start for setting the DCs. I think that was good. But I think maybe instead we just do, if you succeed, then you find... $1d3 minus 1 per hour? 1d2 minus 1? Well, I mean, you don't only use spells for combat. 1d2 minus 1 would give you 0 or 1 per hour. I mean, that would be 0.5. That would be the ratio, but I don't love that. I think 1d3 minus 1, because then you find between 0 and 2 per hour. You need all spells to kill something. Yeah, okay. Success finds 1d3 minus 1 spells worth of components per hour. Okay, now are we breaking something economically? What if the whole party decided that they were going to go and just do this all day long? I mean, other than arguably eventually you'd saturate the market or whatever. What if they all went and did it? All 5 of them spent an 8-hour day doing it. So we're finding an average of 1 per hour per person. We'd find 5 per hour. We'd find 40 spells worth of components in a day. Oh, yeah, for sure on that, too. That's not that much because 20 spell components is worth 5 gold. So if they all went and did that, they could scrounge up 10 gold in a day. And when you sell things, you generally sell for half price, actually. So the whole party could go and dig up... the whole party could go and dig up 5 gold per day. Essentially 1 gold per day per person. On average. Yeah, that doesn't break anything. That's fine. Some groups just have the spellcasters pay a certain amount when they get to town. No, I know, and that's the most common way to deal with it. And so in 3.5 you would be buying a spell component pouch, which is kind of what we're doing here. But I like the idea of finding your own also, and especially because because we don't tend to fast travel and do some of that sort of thing or whatever. So like if you go on a journey that's 5 days away from town, then you're at least 10 days away from getting, spell components refreshed. Like, what if you end up having a lot of encounters or whatever? And especially if you're out in the forest, why couldn't you go and find, bear claws and moss and whatever out in the forest? It's mostly because math is hard, and remember to roll all the time is hard. Oh, for sure. But this is just offering an alternative, right? We're not replacing buying spell component pouches. This is offering a supplement. So I think I'm going to call that done. I think we've marinated on that plenty long enough. I think that's usable. We can always live play test it, and then if we don't end up liking it, we can come back and tweak it during another working stream. Also, I reached out to our Alaskan community member, and they are safe. So that's good. All right. So we are done with that, at least for today. Oh, for sure. For sure, Looney. I mean, I think in the totality of this campaign, this will be session 40 this weekend. I think each of the players has made less than 1,000 gold. I'm very stingy economically. The economics of adventuring can break worlds so quickly. Welcome back, Isadora. It's good. We actually just finished it. I'm literally putting the check mark on it right now. I ended up pivoting at the last second and deciding not to base it on the crafting skill because the craft is just so weird in D&D, and I wasn't happy with how it was working. So craft ended up, it was still helpful to look at the crafting stuff because that helped us set DCs that are kind of relevant and in line with how the system for crafting and finding things should be. But then we kind of further homebrewed the result of how much they would find. So I think it's good. I think it's usable. I've put it in our public Google Drive. And we're moving on. Thank you for coming back when you could. I hope everything at work is manageable at least. Looking at the next few days of in-game time now. So currently in-game, it is the 17th day of late spring. It is clear and calm with a bit of a seasonal heat wave, and the moon is waxing. I have already rolled the weather for the next couple of days, but let's do some random encounters. Tim. Da-da-da-dum. Now watch, I'll do this, and then they're going to totally left turn, and the random encounters will be useless. But that's fine. That's the way it goes sometimes. So there's the skill challenges, and then we want... Nope, not the Stormwarden Woods encounter chart. That would be very perplexing to start running into the things from the Stormwarden Woods. Capstone Forest. There we go. I do also think I need to use my inhaler really quickly. I don't know why. I've been having to use it a lot more this summer. Need a breathing buff, right? All right, let's do some dice rolling. And I might as well do this on screen so you guys can see, because why not? Because you have no context for what these numbers mean. It's not like we're spoiling anything. And it gives me an excuse to open Tailspire. Well, good timing then. Oh, there must be a Tailspire update or something. It asked me, I had to grant it permission. Also, that was definitely the right call. I did not realize how tight my chest had gotten, but now that I've hit the inhaler, yes. definitely good. That is if my Tailspire will open? Question mark? How are we doing here? Yeah, I just don't have a good way to show the real dice. I was going to use Tailspire because it's easy to stream. It's just sitting here launching. This is running the install script for Microsoft VC Redistributable. But it's just stuck on that. That stuff usually doesn't take very long. Oh, dang. There's a huge update for Tailspire from July 2nd. Travel between the stars. Here, we'll look at this while we're waiting. You can like share these or pop them out or whatever, right? My screen is black. Oh, and then my Tailspire opened finally. Hold on. They did a huge update for people that do futuristic play in Tailspire. Content pack number 35, Interstellar, adds 62 tiles and 46 props. That's huge. That might be the biggest update I have ever seen in Tailspire. Over 100 new objects. Holy crap. When we played in person, my primary GM would have a full sheet of graph paper and fill each square with a pre-rolled number and cross them off as they were used. Should we just roll in the tavern? That way I've got a backstop. I think we'll do that. All right. Yeet. And again, yeet. Oh, double aught 2. That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. 95 and 71. Wouldn't D100 be easier, or would it just never stop rolling? I mean, this is generally how you roll D100. But they do make D100s like what you're thinking of. They are not quite spherical, but they are surprisingly close. It ends up on the floor most of the time when rolled. Yeah. Dude, what did I roll before that 99? Oh wait, I can look. Derp derp. 56.99. Fighting in pure darkness can be good and bad. The two of you and the drow would often miss. Wait, do drow and the version you're playing not have dark vision? All right, 46 and 33. The deeper darkness spell. Aha. 34 and 39. Okay, and one more. Well, one more pair, I should say. 43 and 26. All right. That is, I do believe, all that we need there. Nullified your continual light amulet. Dang it. That was a huge number of middle of the road rolls. Yes, it was. A bunch of stuff in the 40s. But we did also have a 2 and a 99. I suppose it was probably a fairly average distribution overall. But that's okay because I have a primary chart and a subchart. So the first chart is essentially like, does anything happen? No or yes. Then if yes, what type of thing? Then go to subchart for type of thing. So the order does matter some as well. Now we need to go over here and look up the SRD pages for some things so I can link them. I don't know where half of these come from. They're not. A bunch of this stuff's not in the SRD. Okay, there's that, and that. So that day is done. The other 2 days, I have more searching to do. I don't know where the heck I found these animals that I put, that I put in my charts. Or whatever, creatures, whatever. As long as one of them is a rabid rat. Aha! Okay, I found the source for one of them. Advantage on stealth checks. Why does this not give... Oh, wait. Because Monster Manual 2 is... That's one of those weird books that was, I think, during the crossover from 3.0 to 3.5. Let me grab it. Yeah. That's so interesting. This particular creature does not have a challenge rating. Oh, wait. It's... Oh, that's so annoying. The challenge rating... So there's a challenge rating in the table that is on the next page, but not in the entry. Coincidentally, it is challenge rating 3, actually. Well done. I mean, I don't design encounters to be like, oh, I want this to be an easy encounter. I want this to be a hard encounter, or whatever. I don't design stuff that way. So, I don't, like, I wasn't going to change anything. I was just curious. Exactly. Exactly. Dang it, I need to roll another dice and I already closed Tailspire. We're bringing it back. Fireball. Perception roll is so high that you can hear the drow using their sign language. That's awesome. Yeah, I have really mixed feelings with perception being a mono skill. It makes it very strong, but it does also fit the general streamlining that 5th edition, sought to do. Okay. I guess while I'm here, we'll do that as well. Okay. That was all I needed. I got one more creature to try and find. Okay, that's actually super helpful, although not exactly what I was looking for. Here we go. 3rd edition. You have a plus 23. Oh, conveniently also in Monster Manual 2. Where we eventually got. Okay. Oh, there's 6 different types of them. Holy. Well, I guess I've got one more batch of rolling to do. Tailspire, one more time. We're bringing it back. Tailspire. Ba, 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 ba. Uses Dex instead of Wisdom for perception? What? How does that even make sense? Is that homebrew? Yeah, thank you, Isadora. I agree. I love this program. It just sets the ambiance so well. Like, yes, I know the counter argument as far as theater of the mind and whatnot goes, but for one, when we're putting on a show, I think it's kind of nice to have something to be a little bit more visible. And for two, oh wait, I don't know why I rolled like that. And for two, personally, I am aphantasic, so I can't do theater of the mind. So I appreciate having kind of the I don't know, mood guide, if you will, of Tailspire. Okay. Okay. You've been using Roll20 for your campaign, and setting the mood is definitely difficult with it. Yeah. Yeah, and I love to, you can set, I don't have the sound turned on right now, but you can set ambient sounds. Like if you're going to a tavern, you can set like, people talking or whatever. And you can set music, and obviously you can adjust the lighting and whatnot. Requires more talking. Nobody wants to hear you talk. Not even you. Okay. That is that. Foundry is pretty cool. Assuming that you're playing a supported, edition. Or, well, yeah, edition. Just realized there are a couple other sub rolls that I'll do now to get out of the way. The heck are my notes? Oh, there we go. Two, that's number. Roll D8 next. Foundry is considered the best for Pathfinder. Yeah, and Foundry is what we play the 5th edition game that I play in with as well. Squeeze me. One is a coin flip. What should we use for our coin flip? The 12, the much ignored D12. Oh. Like I said, I figured might as well do a little bit of extra prep here while it's fresh in our minds. You always know something's going to be interesting when the, let's see, what do they call it? The organization is solitary or swarm. Hey, your dwarf has a great axe. Well, this is interesting. Okay. Was that 19? On a 16 or better? Nice. I love crit maximization builds. Heck yeah. Okay. I think that was a goodly amount of prep. We'd already we have like a social encounter that we'd already prepped last time. And now I've dealt out an additional 3 days worth of dang it. An additional 3 days worth of random encounters. I think the last thing I need to do is skill challenges. While we're traveling, we have one skill challenge per day. And annoyingly, I have 13 skill challenges, which there's no D13. I guess we'll roll D20 and then re-roll anything that's not between 1 and 13. That one, that was less than 13, but that one does not make sense for where they currently are. F, neither does that one. There we go, that one does. bullet points. They're so much better for organizing everything. I think Pixie's getting home, which is good timing because we are just about to put a pin in this. It's not less than 13. That's also not less than 13. That is. Abu, you're fine. Okay. And one more. Maybe she'll want to come by and say hi. Actually, that would be I don't know if Isadora's still here or if Isadora she might have come by and said hi. Actually, so maybe Isadora has met Pixie, but maybe Pixie can come by and say hi and Isadora can meet her if she hasn't yet. Oh my god. 2 are still here. Excellent. I hope everything was able to get worked out with your work stuff as well. If you don't want to share this, that is totally a-okay, but do you mind if I ask what kind of work you do? And like I said, no pressure if you're not comfortable sharing that. A software engineer. Very cool. Okay, and before she potentially comes over here and says hi, let me get my notes full of everything that we just did today closed and out of the way. She coming. Oh Lord, she coming. Fox. I have PTSD from that. Love you. Tim and Looney and Isadora all say hi. Just yelling hi from the other room. She literally just walked in the door. So, all right. There's a part of me that wants to keep going, but I do have some other work that I want to get done, and of course, I want to spend some time with my wonderful wife as well. Oh, I absolutely will, Tim. Absolutely will. Thank you so much for being here. If you had fun, if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. We do these Working Wednesday streams pretty much every Wednesday, starting around 3 to 3:30 Pacific, and we go for 1 to 2 hours. Kind of a fun behind-the-scenes thing, spoiler-free, and you're always welcome to tune in and bounce any ideas or anything off of us if you're working on your own D&D campaigns. If you're like, hey, I'm having trouble, solving this, I've got writer's block, or, I want some suggestions for monsters to use or whatever. Always happy to workshop that kind of thing. Some streams are like today where I was working on stuff behind the scenes. Some streams we're working in our virtual tabletop Tailspire. And then also, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll of course get notified when we post shorts or our session videos. We do have a live session this weekend on on twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters. And that video will get uploaded here to the YouTube channel. I don't know. We're a little bit behind on sessions, but our sessions do go up here on YouTube. This weekend session probably won't be posted for a few weeks, but we are working on getting caught up. So live streams on twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters for the sessions. Videos get uploaded later here on youtube.com/HereThereBeMonsters. And a quick shout out, if you like trading card games, we have a second YouTube channel, youtube.com/@a-couple-of-packs, where we post daily pack opening videos and collecting videos and other fun stuff over there. So there's the Twitch link. Of course, you're already on YouTube, so you don't need that one. But just in case anybody is curious about the TCG channel, that's youtube.com/@a-couple-of-packs. So there's the links there. If you had fun, please don't forget to like the live stream. It's an easy, free way to tell YouTube that you like what we're doing and that they should show it to more people. And hopefully, if we don't see you for the live session this Saturday, which starts at about 4:30 Pacific, then we'll see you next Wednesday for the next working stream. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, take care and be excellent to each other.